There we go. Hi, everyone. Happy Scorpio new moon in the 12th degree. We are in the middle of Scorpio season. And what I love about this season is that it's very unveiling. It's all about transformation. It's all about intensity. And I'm going live today because I just feel like I flow better live, whether I have couple people viewing this live stream or a ton of people. I just feel like I flow better during the live stream. But hi guys, I'm Supernovajazz. If you are new here, go ahead, hit subscribe, hit like. And just tell me where Scorpio is in your charts in the comments below if you care to have a just small interpretation. And we're going to be going through the transits naturally, organically, as well as doing tarot readings for every sign. I always like to say listen to the rising sign energy first and then refer to your sun sign. The rising sign energy is the beginning of that first house energy. Okay, so Scorpio season, new moon in the 12th degree. It feels like a full moon because 8th house energy, and with that 12th degree Piscean energy, 12th house energy is all about intensity. It's all about hiddenness. It's all about the subconscious, obsessions, cords of attachment. And it's all about the preview of this eclipse season that we are about to move into with a Taurus lunar eclipse later this month. And then we're going to move into that preview of that nodal energy that's going to be switching into Scorpio and Taurus. Scorpio south node, Taurus north node. Okay, so we're really beginning and ending, and endings are the new beginnings, right? And collectively, when the nodes switch into Scorpio, what we're ending, the Scorpio new moon is giving us a preview, and kind of like, you know, when you go on a tour and it's like the pre-sale and then you go into the sale, right? The pre-sale is your opportunity to grab onto an opportunity of seeing the value of this energy and kind of have an advantage before those nodes switch, and that south node energy of just obsession and being a victim and not knowing how to utilize other people's resources, that having that clout mindset versus seeing it in a way of, well, we come here to need one another. So Scorpio teaches us we can transfer energy within one another, right? Instead of being like, oh, this person's doing it for clout. So with yin and yang, with every energy, there is that yang clout biting energy where someone is just using you for a means to an end. Or there can be that yin feminine energy of acceptance, understanding that this is a human experience and we come here to transfer energy, to transfer knowledge, right? And a lot of these systems choose groups to hide information so you don't know the true value, and how easy it can be to really manipulate money in abundance, right? Because you can have all these desires, even relationships and love, right? They say love is not enough because you need things like security. You need security, you need money, you need these things. But when you have that beautiful mindset of this is an inheritance, this is my birthright to double, triple, quadruple my money when I join forces with people that see the value and of the taboo. And the taboo with Scorpio energy can be money. It could be, because unfortunately it has that stigma, sex is very taboo, but we're stepping as Pluto Scorpio generations. If you're a millennial, you have a Pluto Scorpio. That means that's why we're so strong, because we're here to rebirth the idea of sex being a currency. Sex work has never been its highest, and the awareness and the acceptance of it than it's been now as millennials take the prime. So Scorpio, this Scorpio new moon is really pivotal if you're a millennial. And honestly, even if you're a Gen Z, y'all have Pluto and Sag. So y'all here to rebirth the whole infrastructure of learning and what that means, and teaching and awareness and spirituality. Sag is the Temperance card. Okay. So with the new moon really opposing, and if you guys want to go ahead and comment while I'm live, the two that are here, let's say what's up. Let's step into that Scorpio energy of exchange and energy, exchange and value. Okay. This new moon is very strong because it's literally conjunct the Mars in Scorpio. So right now, finances is a big thing. Okay. And really, it's a preview of when the nodes switch. It's going to switch from Gemini and Sag, just teachings and learning, communication, movement, travel, to Scorpio and Taurus, resources, values, desires, sex, beauty, money, currency, digital currency, loans, stocks, real estate sales, really understanding how when we come here, we die, we leave things here on planet Earth for other people to really grab their hands on, make something out of it, and go. And that's the whole purpose of why we come here, is to create as much value and abundance, because it's our ancestral right. But with this new moon opposing Taurus in Uranus, opposing Uranus. Uranus is shocking. Uranus, you can't control Uranus. Is very revolutionary. I mean, we're stepping into that age of Aquarius. So Aquarius is ruled by Saturn and Uranus. So it's going to be shocking with that Taurus energy with food, supply and demand. We keep hearing shortages. We keep seeing those subliminal messages of there may be shortages within food and agriculture. This scarcity, this false scarcity. But when we are harnessing ourselves for shock and change, and we kind of prepare ourselves for it, it can't really throw us too far, because it also 111 angel numbers. It's also testing you if things ever got messy, which we got through 2020. But if resources ever became limited, how would you deal? Do you think about those things? Are you thinking in a survival mindset? Because survival mindset, yes, sometimes things come up that trigger that flight or fight, survival. But think about it, it's very natural for Mother Nature, because bears do it. Bears hunt, build that warmth in their body, understand the natural flow of the seasons, that winter is coming, things die, and it's very natural for animals to understand that. So as humans, because we're thrown so much programming to be distracted, and we don't see the value of literally the simplest things like earth, air, fire, water, when things happen, shocking change, secrets within policies, within persona. Scorpio rules persona. A lot of people that are in charge really is just a persona. They press end, they go home, and there's somebody completely different than what the persona and the mask that they choose to put on. Okay. And on a, collective, and on a collective energy level, we see it as politics, but within an individual cycle, we have politics too. Okay. You got some aunties playing dictator. You got some uncles playing, they're the people that keep their finances in track. You got, just like everybody within your community plays certain roles, and you can look at it with, just seeing it as a mask, or you can look at it in the importance that we should all deep down know what we're here to flip within our own ancestral lineage, and we can make that work. We play our role, we play good, we can prepare for hibernation. And while we're in hibernation mode, then we can learn, especially as we go to Sagittarius season, right? Then we can teach each other what we don't know. Okay. So we're going to start with Scorpio, and then we're going to work our way around. So Scorpio, sun, moon, most importantly, rising. Okay. And if you're listening, just listen. A lot of these readings, even though, you might listen to your rising or sun reading, we all have to remember we are all one. And sometimes if you feel it, especially if your human design is a generator, okay, generators are ruled by the sacral chakra, and this is sacral chakra energy, right? So Scorpio, working, staying focused on creativity, this entrepreneurial mindset, this person that wants to birth something permanent. You want to birth creation permanently with this working hard, staying focused within your job, staying focused on your search to what you want within career and security and money. But with that comes to actually acknowledge what you need to let go and habits that really get you off your radar. Okay. So letting go of what you always say yes to or too many tasks, bring in balance into partnerships within business because you are over obligating yourself. And that can come from being validated. That could come from, maybe this is just the wrong partner that you're trying to seek validation out of. Therefore, this is why you feel scattered, even though it doesn't seem like it's a lot to ask for. It just feels like it's a lot because it's not the right partnership. And that comes to cord cutting and cord ties, and knowing that when you cut cords, you're essentially just honing in on your power and you're calling your power back to yourself. And when you do that, you clear the space for that synchronistic energy of the universe speaking to you. Well, this is the true answer, and surrendering while doing that. So Scorpio new moon, learning how to surrender for the Scorpios, learning how to create in the means of not being overly validated because you just need to cut those ties. Sag energy for the Scorpio new moon tarot reading. So Sag is persevering, and it might be like through conversation. It could be Sag energy. Sag is that you don't really need to be so piercing. Whew. You don't really need to be so piercing with your words. This is a time to naturally just like take space, because when you aggressively start the conversation with people, you don't understand that you do trigger and bring up a lot in others, and that's okay. I'm not saying it's it's your fault. That's not what I'm saying. It's more so like this is a gift for you. You're a catalyst for others, but when you know you're a catalyst for others, you should be a little bit more nurturing within your tone. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. And when you just bring awareness to that, it allows you to unblock your momentum, because you're full of momentum right now. A lot of momentum is coming within money, within communication, and these ideas. But however, when you tap into being a listener, you really let the momentum build momentum for you instead of you working yourself to the ground, and understanding that this is a time for you to be full of risk, Sag. Yes, risk. Yes, be young. However, don't be reckless, okay? You can have, okay, perfect. You can have fun and be responsible. Like, that's possible. You know that, right? Like, you can do those things, Sag. Like, you can let your hair down without restricting yourself from taking these risks until, it blows up, and next thing you know, you're hurting other people's feelings, okay? So just your tone, understanding that when you speak, it's not what you say, it's how you say it, because you most likely are right, and that's okay. But with the ego can come this God complex of, see, I'm smarter than you. And it's not, that's never fun. All right, we are on to Capricorn, sun, moon, and rising. How's everyone doing and feeling for the Scorpio new moon, opposing Uranus, shocking change? And, it could be your job. You could be wanting to just like switch jobs all of a sudden. Your job might, want to switch up on you, but it's probably because you just like didn't really listen to your intuition. And there's jobs everywhere. Do not let people. This is a time and space in reality where there's actually a job shortage. This is why Aquarius Taurus is opposing this Martian new moon. Okay, people don't know that Scorpio first was ruled by the moon. Okay, so it could be very, unveiling, people of authority, teachers, mentors. It can really trigger a lot within you. Maybe because it's time to see that partnership within that mentor. Now you kind of, see that you can be a mentee to your mentors. And when you're working with the right people, that's how you build energy exchange. But when it's with the wrong people, it can be an opportunity for scandal and gossip and shock and change, So Capricorn, hermit mode, harnessing your energy, pulling back before your birthday with the Scorpio new moon, because you might be a little tired of being the leader right now, feeling like everyone's looking for direction from you, and it's just like, I don't really want to get a burnout, but I'm close to meeting this energy where I need to pull back so I can really understand my genius when I see how expansive my team could be, or I could be, or my partnership could be, right? But boundaries of learning and listening to the body, of when to tone it down, ask for help, pull back, go on a trip. The World card is a Sagittarius card. This is a time to know when it's appropriate to have those self-check-in days, self-check-in days. And that's how you really build that attraction. That's when you become more attractive. When you see the artistry of your grind. And people will be inspired by that. Okay. So bring it back, pull it back. Maybe just like simplify, work from home for a little bit, or, if you can't work from home, do something with self-care. Understand that this pattern of build up, crash and burn, not knowing when to, really see when it's time to be that joyful Jupiterian energy of, I'm just going to be spontaneous, like be spontaneous. But you got to maybe build better relationships for those that can really help you out when you want to pull back. Okay, and that takes communication. So we are on Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Yes, if you guys can hit the like button to help this in the algorithm, to support small business healer. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for this Scorpio new moon. Yeah, so Aquarius, fixed energy, fixed sign, just like the Scorpio energy, and you're feeling it, and you're feeling like it's time to be this quirky version of yourself that nobody understands, but be very unapologetic about it, and just really honing in on what you want to do and have fun right now. And I just feel the energy of just being goofy, because you understand that you've taken some time to really reflect on things, and you can't really be in control of everything. And that's okay, right, Aquarius? So for the Scorpio new moon, not controlling the narrative, you're going to see the value in that. Amazing. Hi, Laura. So Aquarius new moon. Is that Laura? Looks like it is. So the Scorpio new moon for the Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, it can be, have fun. Stop seeking control of your relationships or over evaluating, because intuitively you understand the value of allowance and allowing things to be. And when you allow things to be, but at that same time, and really embrace and fun, things will come to you. Things will come to you. It can be a partnership coming to you, especially if you're just been like in this delay mode. If it feels like you're just like patiently waiting, make sure you're having fun while you do it. Because like being serious and contemplative can turn into judgment really quick for you. And you understand that nothing is really that far from you, and definitely time to if something is coming up, like a business idea or some type of person coming back into your life, unsaid closure, Aquarius, this can be the time where you understand that you can bring value into endings and you can end things and end people taking your energy from you. In a way that doesn't need to really be vacant. Like, you don't have to act in a way of vacancy and abandonment and being empty, like leave space for things to come in conversations to settle on their own. And that might take people like having to leave and break up with you. And that's okay, because that was what it was designed to be, and that's all right. Like, I don't want to end every cycle in my life. Sometimes cycles have to end for me. Okay, this is Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the Scorpio new moon. Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the Scorpio new moon. Endings of intensity, scandal, secrets, value, rebirth in the way you value values. And Pisces just feels this appreciation to just be right now, just to be, and in a way to where you're able to emotionally bask in the relationships you have with the emotional, masculine, intelligent men in your life, Pisces. And it can be you just having patience for the masculines right now, because you understand that it took a lot for them to get here. And that could be your inner masculinity of not having to emotionally coddle people or show people how to deal with their emotions. And you're just like in acceptance mode, and it feels good. And it feels like you didn't know you needed that emotional lesson, because you are aware, and you're able to release in a way that others can't. And that's when you allow people to be direct with you. This is how I feel, or even you, like, this is how I feel, because I was allowing to appreciate a moment of allowance and acceptance and gratitude, that we are all on a different awareness level of knowing how it is to release things out of our body. Because if not, that can just like create some type of like, am I enough? Did I do enough? Like, do people really love me? Like, what is love? Like, you're able to be sharp with your words. This is how I feel, versus like knowing how you feel and translating that. Yes, but translating, like, knowing how you feel is one part, and then translating how you feel is another, right? So just embrace in the knowledge that you've come a long way. And you come a long way from throwing tantrums or feeling like, a victim, and you understand that victimhood is, it's not really being a victim. You don't have to feel bad for those moments, but it was just like a moment of releasing. And then your partnerships, allowance, understanding that emotional property is not a thing. You are not the teacher of emotions. People learn through the experience with you, and you're a part of somebody else's story. And that brings more of attraction for people wanting to take accountability and hear you out and show compassion, when you just allow people to have space and to really sit with the idea of, damn, like I'm literally learning how to like love again, or falling in love again. This is a perfect time for you to just be like, you know what? I love this person and all their flaws, and we're so imperfect, and that's okay. And I'm just like here and simplifying the need to like want. I'm just here. Yes, so Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the Scorpio new moon in the 12th degrees. The 12th degree Scorpio just feels like very addictive. Feels like we are all learning how to unlearn addiction or even understand, oh, was I addicted? That's crazy. That's wild. I didn't know I was addicted, or I didn't know addiction was not only, drugs, but people, places, or things or feelings. And with Aries, it's just like giving up the state of being in control with how you make your money or how you balance your funds, or being the best at how you balance things, or this is not a competition, because we're all learning together. And this could also be, a soul tie that is taking you off of your creative endeavors and the creative, accepting, nurturing person that you naturally are. Like, yes, you can be very in charge and bold and bright, but, maybe there might be something that competitive nature to you, or, just a business deal or an agreement that you felt like you had to say yes to, but that actually is keeping you from truly being naturally creative like Mother Nature. She's so creative. Like, we all learn about different plants. I don't think we're ever not learning about Mother Nature and what it means to grow life. Okay, so it could be someone that you have been speaking too much life into, or doing something creative with. And it's just like, it's not a healthy exchange of creative energy. It's like we're creating bonds. We're binding ourselves to this idea of having to be like a hustle magnet or a hustle type of person. And then you don't always have to be hustling and balancing this like boss like energy, and but also like home, body, motherly energy, simple community, hesh, organic energy. Being organic doesn't feel like it ever really hustles. It's just organic. So part of the hustle is to not be in the race to be a millionaire, and to understand that you have everything you ever wanted in relationships right now. Like, you have it all. Like, you have the best friend, you have the partner, you have the business partners, like you have everything. And that's like true abundance and tapping into the feeling of being provided for, because you are provided for. But something is blocking you from being truly creative, the creative individual you want to be. And discover that with this Scorpio new moon. Unveil that hidden message. That's, like, as a reader, I'm not here to tell you what you are, how you'll be. I'm just here to like pretty much just like be the seed for you to water, or you to unveil, or you to decrypt. I'm not Cleopatra. I'm just a channel and a vessel. Not Cleopatra. I meant Cleo, the reader Cleo. Okay, so this is Taurus for the Scorpio new moon. This is your half birthday. And I feel like some feelings of not feeling emotional, like feeling really emotionally abandoned, or feeling like you're not feeling validated and it's keeping you up at night. You could be like stalking the internet and just feeling like, damn, like, am I like good enough in this relationship? Am I truly attractive emotionally? Do people really actually love me? And it can be something that you just like peace of mind. You need to put it to rest. This is only a big deal because you're making it a big deal. And the hidden addiction that you have for being loved, or, love can be simple, and love can just, like Alora here, send me a happy face. That's just love. And even though it's very simple, energetically, it's enough. I feel the energy and I feel what she's transferring to me. And you have to allow to give space to that. And when you get that negative feedback and you keep constantly getting that negative feedback, it's because the door to the portal is to put things to rest and to really build a foundation that your mental health is what's being affected, not your emotional health, your mentality and your thoughts, and you're attaching an emotion to every thought that's coming to mind. And if you read The Mastery of Love, it tells you that you have so many more thoughts than you do feelings. And if you're not mentally aware, that's what can cause that being an emotional wreck, because you just don't allow thoughts to come in, to come through, to flow, to go, to live those cycles, to be like, you know what, I don't really believe in that. It's when you attach your emotional beliefs to thoughts, it can really cause a lot of turmoil, and that really causes stress, and it can really block opportunity to come in, or for you to even, be able to feel that that's an opportunity, because you just are so emotionally clogged. You're so emotionally clogged because you don't understand that emotions, your heart, and your mind are two different things. And that's when you become emotionally intelligent, when you can decipher the two, and when to understand that, oh, these two components of myself are connecting, or, oh, these two components are not. This is just, a thought of being abandoned, of someone leaving, thinking someone's going to leave. Or you just or you leaving things before they can even foster relationships that can even really be built, being too ahead of yourself. Okay, so see the opportunity of allowing things to rest, and to just to be like, wow, I was just ignorant to the fact that I'm just attaching emotions to every thought that's coming to mind. All right, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Like this video if you care. For the Scorpio new moon, shocking new moon, shocking secrets could come up. Okay, be prepared. This isn't for you to be like, oh yeah, I knew the tea was boiling. This is for you to understand that secrets being unveiled because they couldn't be kept in the Akasha anymore. That simple. So, Gemini, endings, emotional endings. Understanding that it's time to heal. This is a healing time for you, Gemini. It's time to heal. It's time to tell the truth about how you feel. It's time for you to not just lighten things up with your charisma, but to actually, show people that you are a feeling being. You're a feeling being, and that can be you returning to a topic, and you returning back to a situation that you really had to take space from in order to understand that, yeah, that did hurt. Yeah, that was a big deal. Yeah. It feels like a breakup. Like that breakup taught me so much. And returning back to that is allowing you to be a beautiful artist. You can feel it in your art. You can translate it in your art. You could translate it in how this is a pivotal ending for you to really revisit your values. Is that valuable? Food. There's times where people transfer their diet. They go from eating meat to not eating meat. And there's that moment of recognition that my values are changing right now. And that is what wisdom is. Wisdom is exactly that, Gemini. So this ending is allowing you to fully end that healing, to bring blessings to that healing. To when people pass, we don't just, even though maybe the relationship we had with them and that cycle we had with them was not always good, there was good in it, and that allows you to be this incredible, creative, wise being, that you in turn spread wisdom to others. Oh, mic drop. Okay, so Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the Scorpio new moon. I'm a Cancer. Woo, baby. Momentum. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Alrighty. Wow, beautiful. Building momentum from our home, not really having to do much, but to be these home bodies that really, how are you even doing this from not even leaving your house, right? So there's a lot of momentum drawing back into that, or pulling back momentum to understand how can you build firmer foundation with the Scorpio new moon. How does this truth in this new moon of shocking change, or because scandal or secrets are coming up of maybe things that I've hold myself onto, how did I emotionally and intuitively know that this was no longer comfortable? Like, these aspects of myself no longer feel so comfortable, and or when there is too much comfort, am I actually growing? Is that an actual resonant foundation? Because we build this illusion of comfortability, but when we're too comfortable, growth and stability can't actually acquire. So there's this irony there, and not fighting the relationships and how my attraction style for others is changing, Excuse my mom in the background. Coughing. It's not the vid. But fighting with myself in this awareness of, okay, I'm not comfortable, but that doesn't mean I'm going to just go ahead and see this as a red flag in someone. This means I'm this part of being uncomfortable, this building this relationship with this person, or knowing when to emotionally take space, or knowing when those cues come up in my emotions, or oh my God, is this person gonna leave? That's part of building that attraction, because God's not going to come here and tell you, yeah, this is your person, this is your best friend, this is your soulmate, this is taking space. That ebb and flow is how things grow, and that's the true foundation. That part. And not seeing things, allowing internal turmoil, or this might be a little bit of do you think this is a fight? Are we fighting? This is a very Mars type of moon. Okay, so yeah. All right, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for this Scorpio new moon. Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for this Scorpio new moon. So the change is that you are simplifying the workload, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, simplifying the workload, seeing the value in, finishing a task, or maybe something fell off, whatever, and just having fun, bringing fun and celebration to what you've built, celebrating those things, learning how to celebrate, have fun. This intense energy might be really, really good for you. Might be good for you because, if you don't want to be overworked, then don't work. And nobody's yelling at you, you know? So becoming more organized, really taking audit in your time, effort, and places, people, places, and things, allows you that you're good. You have things are good right now. It's simple, simplified. Who cares? I can work hard, complete. That will fall off because that's done. Because that's done, I have some time to just celebrate and bask in this raise, in this abundance, attracting money, being a money magnet right now, because you deserve it and it really matches your value. And or this might be a time that you raise your price, Virgo, and you're happy about it and it's okay because you deserve it. And other people are like, yeah, you do deserve it, right? You don't graduate college, get a job, and when your price goes up, people are like, well, that doesn't make sense. No, they're like, that makes sense. They earned it. They got the certificates. They got the degree. They made the connections. They put in the time and the work. And yeah, raise your price. You should. You know, that's what knowing your value. So if you're understanding your value right now, Virgo, amazing. Go celebrate. That is something to celebrate, honestly. That is something to celebrate. So we're on Libra, and this is the last sign. If you're coming in or, you know, understand I'm starting with Scorpio, ending with Libra for the Scorpio new moon. And it looks like the Scorpio new moon might trigger a discussion or an argument of something that happened to dim your shine, something that dims your shine or your inner child, or, you know, you don't feel like you can self-express and be fun in certain sudden situation that brings light to that. You have to evaluate these relationships. Yes, you do have to evaluate relationships, Libra. You're not just going to hop in a relationship. It's not that simple. It's so many layers to it, you know? And it's like you probably would easy come, easy go. Or if you're approaching it too fast and it's like, oh yeah, sure, let's hook up or let's be partners. That's going to come back and bring light to the fact that you don't allow things to foster and you don't allow relationships to really build. And sometimes you just have to allow time, you know, and space for you to appreciate others alone. Like, you know, and that doesn't mean you're alone. Just like learn to be in the energy of others from your own space. That allows you to pull people in that also have that calm, nurturing, I want to get to know you energy, versus those that just really, you know, it's drama, it's fire, and it's like, oh yeah, I think this is love, and it's not. It's not love. It's love bombing. It's, you know, someone that's bored and doesn't know how to, you know, seek value in calm nature, allowing things to build, giving thanks to what it already is versus being too like, I can't wait till, you know, we do this, that. Okay, but like appreciate the now. Okay, because you speed things up, time speeds up. And okay, and next thing you know it, okay, you can have it all. You can have that partner, play the house, the kids, and then you have it, and then you're like, what's next? Because naturally, as human beings, we are always striving for more. So if we're always striving for more, when we get this one milestone and we achieve a milestone, learn to appreciate the milestone and its achievement while it's happening. All right, guys, and then we'll pick one last card for the collective, a chakra card from the chakra deck for Scorpio new moon, being in the midst of Scorpio energy, of preview of this lunar node shift of money, inheritance, values, triumph, success. Triumph, success. Each one teach one. All right, guys, hit that like button. Follow me on my socials below. Follow the Astro T podcast if you like. Probably going to be doing more. I probably will post this on the Astro T podcast. But follow me on TikTok, whatever. It's all attached below. Like the video. Bye. I end it?